Tell me, pretty girl, do you know who I am? Have you ever seen me as your friend?
I'd like to hear a bit about your childhood and your early days in the music. What were these years like?
Uh, Actually, my mom forced me to play accordion at the age of 6 and 7.
Mm.
So I started out with a little accordion for like small guys, and then sooner or later I got this big accordion for adults. I was just barely looking over it. So- and yeah, I was actually pretty good playing accordion, I think, because everybody said so, so I believed it. Nevertheless, it gave me all this music theory and all that stuff, which in early days that was a big advantage later on. Even though I secretly swapped my accordion for an electric guitar without the knowledge of my parents.
Mm.
So at the age of 13, I secretly went into the big city, which was a big journey for me back in the days. So I, all alone at the age of 13 with a big accordion that I couldn't barely carry, I went I went to the city and traded it in for an electric guitar. And when I came back home, my mom was really freaking out. But my dad, we was leaning at the door and had like a big smile on his face. Like, oh, yeah, okay. So because my bands, my favorite music were bands, and nobody played accordion. So I thought, okay, accordion is nothing for me. I want to play what they play. So I need a guitar.
I found out, and the more I try to be your light, I can't get any closer to your heart.
It's true that one day you swam in the beer bar.
Oh yeah, that was I
Who
was like
was?
3 or 4. I was super small,
Oh,
and
you
I
were.
was playing outside of the brewery. I was playing with sand and wanted to do
Mm.
sand castle and whatever, and I don't didn't have water. So I took my little bucket, like a small bucket, and I walked into the brewery and I thought, okay, I need water. And I remembered that up there, when I go up the ladder and down there's some liquid, there's water. It was not water, it was beer. But I climbed the stairs, and then I bent over with my bucket and wanted to fill it, and then I fell into it.
Well, is that the reason you now prefer wine today?
Probably, yeah, probably. I mean, I do love a good glass of red wine. Occasionally, every 2 weeks, sometimes I pour a nice good Scotch whiskey. I enjoy that. Um, but beer, for whatever reason, maybe that's the reason, because I always feel like a little bit of I feel not fine whenever I smell beer. That's probably something in my underconsciousness, in the consciously. I hate beer, kind of, you know. Oh, I don't hate it, but I don't want to drink it.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it. I'm one of the kinds, baby.
Now we're talking about Helloween. How was your first contact with the band?
Yeah, Michael Wyckoff and I were friends forever, actually, because when I started out to record the demos with Pink Cream, 69, we'd been in Hamburg, and I got to know in the very early days, I got to know Michael Wyckoff.
Mhm.
And yeah, we just hang out nearly every night in our favorite club in Hamburg, St. Pauli. There was this little club called Backstage, and it was a pub with like 5 tables and a big bar, and the she cooked like super nice, super good food, and she cooked every day. So it was even more or less healthy food, and they had a good coffee and they had some good wine, and that's why we ended up in there like nearly every night. Was great times, actually. And yeah, so I consider Waiki my friend since mid 80s.
Yes, I am a perfect gentleman. Yes, I am.
How do you remember those glorious years playing in such a big stage?
Well, Master of the Rings for me, that tour was like the most exciting, most scary tour because you can
Oh, really?
imagine. Yeah, because I mean, you were the replacement singer for a great singer like Michael Kiske.
Hmm.
Um, Fortunately, the Master of the Rings was a big success. I
Yes.
think without a big success, being a new singer would have given me a lot of trouble, a lot of haters. But because the album was great, and even the
Mhm.
haters had to admit, okay, it's a fucking great metal album, so we have to accept that guy instead of Michael Kiske because he did a good job on that, hopefully. So it helped a lot that it was a big success, definitely. Well, it was an exciting time, but it took like a few weeks actually to give me that self-confidence
Mhm.
to actually accept that, yeah, okay, I have to sing Michael Kiske songs. I'll never be able to sing it like Michael Kiske, but I sing it my way. Some people were okay with it, some people were not okay with it, but fortunately, I had my own album, Master of the Rings,
Mhm.
and time to shine with that, and so yeah, it was everything to the right time, at the right place, falling into the right uh, thing here. So yeah, but it was very, very thrilling days, I have to say.
Since the return of Michael Kiske and Kay Hansen to the band, something that surprised fans even more than the reunion is was
Mm,
your strong relationship with Kiske.
yeah.
How did you connect so quickly with Kiske?
Well, we honestly we had just two talks in Karlsruhe, which is South Germany, where the management is based and where our rehearsal rooms are. And we just had like two talks of maybe an hour. And I thought it's a great guy. So why not inviting him onto my island for 2 or 3 weeks and get to know him better, and has a chance to get to know me
Mhm.
and get a glimpse of Andy, and I get a glimpse of Michael. So that's what he did. He visited me here on the island. It was fabulous 3 weeks. We just
Mhm.
went from beach to beach and from talk to talk and so, el, from vino tinto to vino tinto and from one tapa to another. Was some great time. Yes, something like clicked, and yeah, here we are. I think that was the best decision actually, to get to know yourself in private and not inside or like including the band members and everything, but be alone together and
Mhm.
having time to really spend time, have some philosophical and whatever discussion about everything and what did you do, what in the last 10 or 20 years, what's your perspective of life, and all that shit comes together, and we realized we're both in that ballpark, and
Mhm.
wow, okay, surprise, surprise,
Mhm.
nice.
How could you hide your life?
After the reunion tour, count the gig challenge of recording a new album. What was it like having everyone together in the studio?
Oh, that the first recording that was stressy. So there was lots of cooks, lots of ideas, lots of I don't know left and I don't know right. There's too many people who didn't know each other in a matter of production team. We knew each other from the stage, but we did not know each other like what is it about to work with 7 people on in the studio.
Mhm.
And and if you have so many creativity going on, it sometimes it kind of destroys you, kind of like whoa, 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 there's so much going on. So I'm just happy that we had like Dennis Ward, which used to be my bass player in Pickrim 69. He's now
Mhm.
our engineer, and Charlie is with us as a producer since the Dark Ride. um, and I'm just happy that we have those blokes because there's lots of trust. So whenever it comes to not finding a solution inside the band, you just give it away. And what do you think? you have to decide now because you are the objective people as we are the subjective people. And this is very important, I think, to keep the band in peace. Or in one piece in peace.
Now let's talk about the new album, Giant Hunters. Do you feel the process was more productive than with the previous album?
Yeah, more productive during the production, no. But before the production, there was much more productivity because there were, believe it or not, there were like 23 songs on in the pre-production because we had 23 great song ideas. And sooner or later, you have to decide which ones to put on the album. And again, that's the big war going on because you got this opinion, I got this, and so again, lots of discussions, not bad, not also in a positive way, but you'll never come up with a solution. I mean, you got 23 great songs. So this is again the time where you have to say, okay, whom do we trust? Let's give it out of our hands because we all love these 23 songs.
Okay.
Because that me as a songwriter or Waiki as a songwriter or Kai or Sasha, everybody has his babies in the lottery here. And certainly you love your baby most. Yeah, that's normal. So how can you find decision here? So it's pretty much it's not possible. So I think outside people whom you trust are the answer for that problem.
Flying 10,000 miles, leave half the world behind, into an epic realm where futures will align.
Change the subject. I'd like to ask you about the sudden news of Ozzy Osbourne passing. You shared the stage with him several times, right?
A lot of times not, but we had a few concerts back in 1999 with Black Sabbath and Ozzy on the vocals. And yeah, every day you were like passing yourself 5 or 6 times. Hello, Andy. Hello, Ozzy. Hello, Ozzy. Hello, Andy. Small talk here, small talk there. But he was super sick back in the day. So he could barely walk. I mean, he like little steps. And on stage, they had to lead him off stage into this little tent where they had oxygen and he had a chance to lie down. Honestly, I'm happy now in retrospect. I'm super happy. He made another 25, 26 years. Unbelievable. But believe me, back in the days, everybody thought he's going to die every day, every moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, my reaction was, oh, fuck, now he's really dead. And I was sad because Ozzy is one of my youth heroes with the Blizzard of Oz and Bark at the Moon and all these albums. I still love them. Loved them to death back in the days. But I know that he lived another 25 years. So I was actually still kind of feeling happy that he was with us another 25 years. So for me, it is unbelievable that he made it.
There is no still confirmed date for Argentina in this new tour, but I hope bring you to Buenos Aires again, then maybe the next year.
Yeah, definitely. As far as I know, the plan is to hit Argentina in October 26th, somewhere.
I was saying
September, October, November is definitely Central and South America. So that's on the to be announced list. So that's what I have seen.
But this is a good news.
Yeah, don't nail me to it, but I know that this is the discussion. So, and very often to 90%, the TBA to be announced list is being proceeded. So I just hope that we are back in South and Central America somewhere in September, October, November. 2-3 months South America, Central America tour. North America, which means US and Canada, we're going to do in March and April. Unfortunately, we cannot stay in the Americas because it would be super if we just go on with the tour in Central and South America, but we have to play the European festivals.
Bueno, Andy, te dejo muchísimas gracias por tu tiempo y espero verte el próximo año acá.
Super. Ok, nos vemos en Argentina, en Buenos Aires, ¿no?
Sí, en Buenos Aires.
Super.
Nos vemos. Gracias.
A ti.